We now move to an important part of our program today, the introduction of our keynote speaker. Author, TV personality, cooking icon, renowned businesswoman, Ree Drummond has made her hometown of Pawhuska, Oklahoma, famous through her books and Food Network show, The Pioneer Woman. A native of Bartlesville, Oklahoma, Ree has inspired thousands with her homespun recipes and stories. Ree began blogging in 2006, writing humorous stories about her family and daily life. A year later, she began sharing recipes and step-by-step photos of her process, and expanded to other topics such as photography and gardening. By 2014, Drummond's website received 25 million page views monthly, with readership across the United States and in countries around the world. The blog was the launching pad for a series of successful cookbooks, an autobiography, a series of children's books, and her cooking show, which is in its 30th season. In 2015, Ree released her signature line of kitchenware, cookware, and home decor. In late 2016, Drummond and her husband, Ladd, opened the Pioneer Woman Mercantile in downtown Pawhuska. It was followed by several more Pawhuska businesses. Ree and Ladd have been married 25 years and have 5 children, including 2 college graduates, 2 current college students, and 1 high school student. We are honored to have such an entrepreneur with us today. Please help me in welcoming Ree Drummond.
Thank you all so much. By the way, I've never spoken at a graduation before, so thank you for letting me try. Thank you. Thank you for letting me try it out on you guys. Thank you to Dr. Schrum and the entire OSU faculty for letting me be a part of this incredible day. Guys, this is so exciting, and I'm really happy to be here celebrating with you. What a day, and what a time in your lives, by the way. So Dr. Schrum filled in most of the blanks. Just a really quick little bio. I did grow up in Bartlesville, population 35,000, remember that. Disclaimer, I did not go to Oklahoma State, but both of my parents did, both of my husband's parents did. So definitely by some marital and biological and academic sorcery, my blood is definitely orange, as is my hair. I went to USC because, remember, Bartlesville was way too small a town for me. So worked out there after college, and then eventually decided I wanted to move back to the middle of the country because this is where the fun happens. I was thinking Chicago because I had friends and family there, so I took a brief pit stop back in Oklahoma before I moved to Chicago, and that's when I met, dun dun dun, Ladd, my Wrangler-wearing cowboy. This is not a sponsored graduation speech, by the way. Long story short, married him, moved to his cattle ranch, had babies, was really a fish out of water. It was quite an adjustment. It wasn't a life I'd ever pictured for myself, but I did settle in. It was a little challenging, from the mice in the wall to the skunks scratching under our house to bobcats in our trash to stretches of loneliness and really feeling like a fish out of water. But I wound up loving it. So fast forward, as Dr. Schrum said, I started a blog 10 years later. That led to sharing recipes, which led to the cookbook, which led to the Food Network show, which eventually led to my opening the restaurant in Pawhuska. And I joke with Ladd that I started a blog so I could open a restaurant and never have to cook again. So send him in there to get dinner. Kidding, not kidding. Okay, enough about me. I wanted to talk a little bit more about you guys, which is exactly what this day is all about. And it's a little hard to know what to say to a room full of young people who are on the precipice of the rest of their lives, especially considering it's been 30 years since I was in your shoes. And by the way, just a little trivia to give you some context. 30 years ago, when I was in your shoes, Miley Cyrus was born that year. That's how long ago that was. Justin Bieber wasn't born yet. I'm trying to be the cool mom right now. The iPhone version there were no iPhones 30 years ago. There was no Snap, no Insta, no TikTok, no algorithms, at least not the social media algorithms we know about. 30 years ago, at long last, finally, mullets were going out of style. Yes. Guys, what's going on with mullets? Raise your hand if you have a mullet. Oh, we have two in the back. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, my son has a mullet, and I want to understand. Help me understand. Come see me later. But they're coming back. Anyway, I could go on and on about how different the world was then, how different it is now, and we could try to predict how different it will be 30 years from now, but at this rate, it's absolutely impossible to know. So instead, I decided I would come up with just a quick list of things to tell you, things that I kind of wish someone had told me when I was sitting in your seats, things that I wish I knew when I was at your stage of life. And I actually wrote this list for you. And since you're the first graduation ceremony, I'm trying it out on you, so let me know if it doesn't work. I'm calling this my list of butts, my list of big butts. Sorry, I'm just trying to be immature there. 1 T, not 2. Number 1, always be ready to say yes, but also don't be afraid to say no. Of course, we need to embrace opportunities and experiences and drink in life, but if there's one thing I've learned through the years, it's the power of saying no when it's warranted. Someone once explained to me, and I always go back to this, that when you say no to something, you're actually saying yes to something else. So I always like to kind of think about decisions in those terms. Number 2, let your passion drive you and love what you do, but don't expect it always to tickle. Whether it's a career you love, or parenthood, or working in your community, or any vocation, it is work. It's schedules, it's deadlines, it's commitment, it's monotony. So enjoy the highs and the accomplishments that you will have in the coming years, but also know that you're gonna have those days and weeks when it's just a grind. So don't be afraid of the grind. Number 3, stick to your guns and stand up for what you believe in. But know that you're definitely going to change and evolve throughout your life. I think about the things that I once held really important to me when I was your age, and some of those things I still really firmly believe, but other things I have shed like snakeskins through the years, and in every case it's revealed a better version of myself. Number 4, speak up and let your voice be heard, but also be willing to listen and understand. I love this quote by Stephen Covey. Most of us don't listen with the intent to understand. We listen with the intent to reply. I am certainly guilty of that, and I try to catch myself because when I do listen, I learn the most amazing lessons from others. Getting close to the end here, guys. Number 5, believe in yourself and be proud of what you accomplish. But stay humble too. Quick story. A handful of years ago, I had a bunch of my high school friends from Bartlesville out to the ranch. I had arranged manicures and a chef to come and make dinner, and so they were sort of overlapping the manicures and the dinner. I took the last manicure spot while the dinner was underway, and the woman who was doing my nails before she put the polish on took out a pen and a piece of paper, and she said, "Can I ask you a favor?" And I said, sure. And she said, my niece is a huge fan and watches your show all the time. Would you mind, could I get your autograph? Of course, I said, I would love to. I signed the name. Who would you like me to sign it to? And then we went on with the manicure. By now, the dinner party was wrapping up, and one of the chefs came over, and he had a piece of paper and a pen. And he was sort of shy and approached me, and I wanted to make him feel more comfortable. So I said, here, let me take that. And I took the pen and paper, and I said, who would you like me to autograph this to? And he said, oh, ma'am, no, that's the credit card receipt. So, last item on my list, buckle up. You've got good times and rough seas ahead. It's just part of life. But enjoy the ride and laugh a lot. You know, in many ways, you guys are several steps ahead of my generation when we were in your shoes. Just look at what you've gone through over the past 2 years. A global pandemic that interrupted basically everything. Yet, here you are, you did it, you made it, and that is amazing. Life is about to unfold for all of you in all its forms. Love, heartache, accomplishments, disappointments, new friendships, lost relationships, babies, maybe, testing of faith, developing of faith, illness, injury, loss of loved ones, triumph, tragedy, tears. I could go on and on. I don't mean to scare you, but I can check a lot of those off my list, and I know a lot of people here can too. But enjoy it. Life is beautiful, so I repeat, buckle up and laugh along the way. It makes life fun. Congratulations, all of you. Thank you so much for your hard work and for representing Oklahoma.